One last video to talk about turning in the template and making sure you don't have linked assets in here, because you're going to be bringing in your sketches and images, and if you don't kind of plan correctly with Illustrator, you're going to send me your Illustrator file, and the only thing in there will be your vector stuff, and everything else will be missing, and then you have to start playing catch up at that point. So pay attention. I'm going to come into the template, and you can see the step 2 here, the creative process. This is where you're going to show your word association, you're going to show your mind mapping, and what reference materials you've used. And most likely, it's going to be a combination of sketching out ideas and maybe even just typing directly in here. So you can, however you prefer. This is not going to, I'm not going to tell you one specific way to use this. If you want to do all your sort of research on pencil and paper and scan that or take pictures of that and bring it in, you can do so. Or you can actually in here just start typing in your word associations and create your mind maps within this document. In fact, I recommend using a bigger document and then just copy and pasting what you want into this box. However, if you're bringing in sketches or if you're bringing in images, there's a good chance some of them are going to be linked. Okay, so let me show you what happens. Now, if I'm in Photoshop, let's say I'm over here in Photoshop and I take my sketch here, I'm just going to copy that. If I copy that and I bring it over and I hit paste, or if I'm pasting from the web as a reference image, if you copy and paste into Illustrator, it embeds it. And the way I can tell that is if I go up to Window and go to Links, you'll see all these sort of raster images, or all the things you've brought into the Illustrator file under links. And you can see by default, this little graphic here means it is embedded. If I click on my little hamburger menu, you can see my only option here is to unembed, and you do not want to do that. Okay. Now, instead, if I go to File Place, which is what I normally do in Illustrator, if I want to bring in images, I'll just go to File Place, and I'll go Navigate. You'll see my messy desktop. That's for now. But I'll go to my sketches, and let's go to sort of this cloud drawing. Okay. Now you can see by default, it will say link. If I unclick that, then we're good, right? But often you'll forget to unclick that. Okay. So I'm going to leave that linked just so I can show you what happens. If I hit place, now I can, place my image and resize it. And you'll notice I don't have that little icon next to cloud drawing. And I want that. I want it to be embedded. So I'll just select that layer and I'll click on my hamburger menu on my links panel and I'll say embed image. All right, when you do that, then you're good. Now when you save it, it'll be embedded inside your Illustrator file and you don't have to worry about anything. And so you're going to, probably size these down pretty much, or pretty well, excuse me. And so that way there's space. But again, it's Illustrator, so we can always zoom in to its max resolution. And you're going to bring in, your sketches and whatever creative process you go through, you want that inside your template. Okay. Now again, let me just remind you that if I say File Place, just don't click this link, and you'll see it brings it in appropriately. All right. But if you're not sure, go to your window and go to your links panel and double check. Always double check this before you turn it into me or to your client, because then that prevents for an upset client because half of everything is missing. Okay.